Ever thought eggshells could help your garden survive a heat wave? Stay tuned to find out how. Today we're peeling back the layers on a gardening secret that's as surprising as it is effective. Yes, we're talking about eggshells, a humble kitchen waste item with incredible potential. This unexpected hero can play a crucial role in safeguarding your garden against the harshness of extreme weather. Intrigued? You should be. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of extreme weather gardening. Scorching sun and dry soil? No problem. When the heat is on, many gardeners might feel their green thumbs wilting. But fear not, because with the right strategies, you can turn even the most intense summer heat into a gardening advantage. Firstly, let's talk about mulch. Mulch is a gardener's best friend, especially when the sun is blazing. Mulch acts like a protective layer for your soil, helping to retain precious moisture and keep the root system of your plants cool. Organic mulches such as straw, wood chips, or even compost can also improve the quality of your soil over time, enhancing its ability to retain water and nutrients. So next time the sun's beating down, remember, mulch, mulch, and more mulch. Now let's talk about plant selection. Not all plants are created equal when it comes to sun tolerance. Some plants love to bask in the sunshine, while others prefer a bit of shade. Heat-tolerant species such as succulents, lavender, or rosemary can thrive even in the sizzling summer heat. So don't fight the sun, let it be your guide in selecting the right plants for your garden. Watering is another crucial aspect of gardening in the heat. While it may seem counterintuitive, watering your plants too frequently can actually harm them. Overwatering can lead to shallow root growth, making your plants more vulnerable to heat and drought. Instead, aim for deep and less frequent watering, preferably early in the morning or late in the evening when evaporation rates are lower. This encourages your plants to develop deeper root systems, making them stronger and more resilient in the face of heat. Finally, remember to take care of yourself as well. Gardening in the heat can be taxing, so make sure to stay hydrated and take breaks when needed. So there you have it. With the right approach, you can turn the heat into an ally rather than an enemy. Remember, the right strategy can turn the heat into a gardening advantage. Turning heavy rain into a garden's best friend, and that might sound like a tall order, but with the right approach, even the most torrential downpour can be a boon to your blooms. When the skies open up and it starts to pour, the first thing any gardener should think about is drainage. Good drainage is essential in preventing waterlogged soil that can drown plant roots and foster disease. One effective method is to build raised beds or mounds, providing an elevated platform for your plants that allows excess water to drain away. But let's take it a step further. How about a rain garden? Now, that's a concept that embraces the rain, rather than shunning it. Rain gardens are designed to capture runoff water, usually from rooftops or driveways. They're planted with water-loving species that can withstand occasional flooding, and are a great way to make use of that extra rainwater, while also reducing local water pollution. Now onto the plants. And here's where the magic happens. The plant world is rich with species that thrive in damp conditions. These are the plants that will be your allies in a rainy climate. Think ferns, hostas, and marsh marigolds, which relish the moisture and can help to soak up excess water in your garden. But remember, even water-loving plants can struggle with constant saturation. That's why it's important to amend your soil with organic matter like compost. This not only improves the soil structure, allowing it to drain better, but also provides a rich source of nutrients for your plants. And finally, don't forget about your garden's microclimate. The spots in your garden that are shaded or protected from the rain can be perfect for plants that prefer drier conditions. So, think about where you're placing your plants. It can make a world of difference. So there you have it. Rain doesn't have to be a gardener's enemy. With the right strategies, it can be a valuable resource, nourishing your garden and helping it to flourish. Don't let the rain dampen your gardening spirit. Let it nourish your plants. Water scarcity? Let's make every drop count. In the realm of gardening, drought can be a formidable foe. But fear not, gardeners. There are ways to combat this adversary and emerge victorious. Let's dive into the world of drought-proof gardening. Firstly, consider drought-tolerant plants. These hardy specimens have adapted to arid conditions. Succulents, for instance, store water in their leaves, stems, or roots. Certain grasses like buffalo grass or blue grama thrive in low-water environments, and let's not forget the vibrant and resilient lavender whose beautiful blooms add a splash of color to your drought-tolerant garden. Next, let's explore efficient irrigation systems. Drip irrigation, as it suggests, delivers water directly to the root zone of plants. It's a water-saving wonder, reducing evaporation and water runoff. Another method, soaker hoses, are simple yet effective, allowing water to seep out along their length directly into the soil. These methods ensure your precious water resource is used wisely, reaching the plants that need it most. Now it's time for a little soil science. The secret to drought-proofing your garden could be right beneath your feet. Soil conditioning is crucial. Adding organic matter to your soil improves its structure, helping it retain moisture. Compost, well-rotted manure, or leaf mold can work wonders. Also, consider mulching. Covering the soil surface with organic material like straw or wood chips reduces water evaporation and keeps those plant roots cool. Finally, don't forget to group plants with similar water needs together. This technique, known as hydrozoning, ensures that water-loving plants are not stranded in a dry zone, and that drought-tolerant plants aren't drowning. So, there you have it. With the right plants, efficient irrigation, and soil conditioning, you can create a garden that not only survives but thrives in drought conditions. Remember, it's all about making every drop count. With these tips, your garden can flourish, even in the driest conditions. Cold weather doesn't mean gardening hibernation. Quite the contrary, it's a unique opportunity to explore a whole new range of possibilities that the chill brings along. So, let's dive into the world of frosty foliage and discover how you can keep your garden thriving even when the mercury dips below freezing. First things first, let's talk about cold frames. A gardener's best friend during the winter, these structures act like mini greenhouses, harnessing the sun's warmth during the day and protecting your plants from frost at night. They're simple to build, easy to use, and can extend your gardening season by several weeks. So, when the chill sets in, don't forget to give your plants a cozy home with cold frames. Now let's move on to plant selection. Not all plants are created equal, and some are more frost-resistant than others. Evergreens, for instance, are champions of the winter garden. They retain their color all year round, and their hardy nature allows them to withstand the cold. Similarly, plants like pansies, kale, and winter jasmine thrive in cooler temperatures. By choosing frost-resistant species, you're setting your garden up for success, no matter how low the temperature drops. Last, but certainly not least, let's talk about root protection. The roots are the heart of the plant, and in cold weather, they need a little extra care. A simple and effective method is mulching. By applying a thick layer of organic material like straw or wood chips around your plants, you create an insulation barrier that keeps the soil warm and protects the roots from freezing. Plus, as the mulch breaks down, it adds nutrients to the soil, giving your plants a healthy boost. Cold weather gardening is all about preparation, protection, and picking the right plants. It's about understanding the challenges and turning them into opportunities. So don't let the cold scare you away. Embrace it and watch as your garden transforms into a winter wonderland. Remember, even in the coldest weather, your garden can still thrive. Let's recap what we've learned about extreme weather gardening. Our journey started with the scorching heat, where we learned the importance of selecting heat-tolerant plants and the value of mulching to keep the soil cool and moist. We also discovered how watering during the cooler parts of the day can minimize evaporation and maximize absorption. Then, we danced in the rain, understanding its power and potential pitfalls. We learned about the benefits of rain barrels and the necessity of well-draining soil to prevent waterlogging. The importance of implementing protective structures to shield delicate plants from heavy downpours was also highlighted. We moved on to the parched landscapes of drought. Here we discussed the value of drought-resistant species, the art of water-wise gardening, and the power of organic matter in retaining moisture. We also emphasized the effectiveness of drip irrigation systems in conserving water. In the frosty grip of winter, we explored the resilience of cold-hardy plants and the protection offered by cold frames and mulch. We also touched on the magic of winter pruning to stimulate spring growth. So whether you're battling the blaze of the sun, the drenching downpours, the parching drought, or the biting cold, remember that every weather challenge is an opportunity in disguise. You've got the tools, the tips, and the techniques to turn these challenges around. Embrace the challenges of your climate and turn them into gardening victories.